Hello friends, Intuitive Rene here, bringing you Taroscopes for the month of August 2022. Thank you so much for being here with me today. If you are used to my channel and familiar with Taroscopes, I do hope that you enjoy your reading. You can skip this intro and you can go straight into the reading. But if this is the first time that you are doing Taroscopes with me, welcome. Just to give you a little bit of information as to how the Taroscopes work, I record 12 separate individual readings for each sign of the zodiac, starting at Aries and going all the way through to Pisces and covering everybody in between. I then, in that particular reading, I'm connecting with the collective energy of that particular zodiac sign. I set the intention that it be applicable for sun, moon, or rising. So if you are an astrology nerd and you like all that information, you can obviously watch for your other signs as well. The intention behind these particular readings is just to give you insight into the month ahead, insight into, in this particular case, the month of August, to help you understand the energies that are going to be coming through, the circumstances that you may be dealing with, the situations that you may need to navigate, because obviously forewarned is forearmed. So if you know what's coming up, if you know the kind of energies, you know whether it's a good time to make big decisions or whether it's not, help you understand yourself a little bit more so that you can not waste unnecessary time and just get on and deal with the things that are important for the month ahead. The videos stay up all month long. Well, actually, they stay up all the time. So you can come back at any point during the month or even after the month, because it's quite nice to, after the month in question, to go back and look at the video to sort of connect the dots, if I can put it that way. I have quite a few people who do that, and then they message me and they say, wow, in retrospect, it's actually quite clear as to the things that transpired and happened. So I record one intro. So every single sign of the zodiac gets this one intro, just to save myself repeating and talking about, the same things 12 times. And then I'm going to flip the camera around so that you don't get to see the face, you get to see the hands only, and then we're going to do the reading. This month I'm changing things up. I do that from time to time. So if you like things to stay constant, this is probably not the place you want to be. I like to change things up because I just feel like, a change is as good as a holiday, but I also feel like changing it up every now and again just keeps it fresh. Okay. And that's what I'm all about, is keeping things fresh, keeping things in exciting and motivating and enthusiastic. So I am going to be working with quite a few decks in this particular month's session. So I'm not going to bore you now and go through all the decks. What I will do is put it into the description below. So if you are interested or curious about any of the decks that I've used, please do check out the description of this particular video. I'll have all of that information listed there for you. And to help you navigate and jump around between the different zodiac signs. So in other words, if you're watching your sign now and you want to go and watch a partner or a child or somebody else's, or you want to go and look at your moon sign or your rising sign, I will have the links to all of the other zodiac signs in the description box of this video as well. So if you read underneath, you will have all the information that you're looking for. I want to get straight into the reading. And please, if you haven't already done so, please do consider hitting that subscribe button. Click the bell as well if you enjoy the content that I put out for you. Click the bell so that you get the notification as soon as there's new content. I release content on a Sunday. I release a week ahead detailed reading that covers a lot of information. And then typically on a Thursday, I release some kind of inspirational reading for you, whether it be a pick a card reading, whether it be taroscopes, or whether it be just other inspiration from spirit that comes through. So if you do enjoy my content and enjoy this type of content, please do hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoy your particular zodiac reading, show some love and give the video a like and comment below as well. Remember, the more you engage and interact with the video, the more you are supporting me and the channel and the work that I do. So if you want to keep me coming back, show me some love. I'm going to flip the camera around and let's get into your reading. Virgo, hello and welcome. Welcome to your August Taroscopes. I'm just trying to get everything to fit. Trying to get everything to fit. I think it's done. So, as you can see, we have shuffled and laid out some cards that we're going to be working with today for the month of August. This reading is quite different from the way that I usually do my readings, and I do hope that you're going to enjoy. Don't really have a structure. We're just allowing all of this to trigger intuition. We're just allowing all of this to be what it is. Something that sort of jumped out at me while laying out the cards is that card, and that card. Those three seem to be coming together as a unit, if I can call it that. And the reason I say that is because we've got the Two of Swords, we've got the Ace of Swords, and we've got I am air. Air is the suit of swords. Or should I say swords is the suit of air? I don't know. All right. But basically, swords has got to do with the thinking. It's got to do with the intellect. It's got to do with the stuff that's happening upstairs in our heads. And it seems like the card that represents you over here is that you're trying to be very emotionally in control. You're trying to have your emotions under control and to almost understand them. But the problem that we have is all of this action that's going on around you. So Virgo, the way that I'm interpreting all of this for you at this stage is that August is going to be a month of getting your head right. Okay. August is going to be the month of you acknowledging, paying attention to, and becoming very aware of the stuff that's happening in your head. Now, this particular oracle card over here is the one of meditation. So meditation is such a good way of getting your head in the right place, sorting out your thoughts, sorting out the thinking, sorting out the stuff that goes on in your head, the overthinking, the overanalyzing, what I like to refer to as the analysis paralysis, where we have this constant thinking of needing to understand and needing to strategize and needing to think the whole time. And sometimes we can actually go around in circles with all this thinking. So meditation is a wonderful tool that we can use to clear the mind, to clear the thinking, to stop the thinking. But I can just, when I first said meditation, I could almost just feel everybody tense up like this, because meditation's hard. Meditation is not easy. And especially for a Virgo mind, it's really not easy. So I'm going to give you a couple of tips and a couple of tricks and a couple of things that you could do that classifies as meditation, but isn't actually formal meditation, but it may be something that'll help you. It may be something that just guides you. And I'm going to encourage you to go outside and walk. Okay. It's amazing what walking or running, but I'm not going to encourage anybody to run because I wouldn't do it myself, but walking, absolutely. Go outside and walk. If you can't, if it's not safe to walk in your neighborhood, or if you don't have a place where you can go and walk around your own garden. And if you live in a complex or a block of flats, there has to be a parking lot. There has to be a something. Create a circuit within your own home if that's what you need. But walking is very, very important as far as clearing the head goes. I had a conversation with a client, some time back. Actually, I've had this conversation a couple of times with clients where I've said to them that people who run or people who walk regularly have the healthiest mindsets, because while the body is physically engaged in the action of walking or running, the mind is able to clear, the heart is able to process. We are able to comprehend and just to understand life so much better. So it really is an important thing. So if you find sitting still, clearing your mind and having this Zen moment difficult, as I do, try walking. Another thing that you could do is any activity, repetitive, continuous activity that engages the physical but allows the mind to go. You know what? Another reason why walking or running is such a good example is because we don't have to tell ourselves right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, move your arms, breathe in. All of that becomes repetitive, continuous, subconscious, and that's when you have the best meditation experiences. So something else that I like to do as well, is to go again outside. It's amazing how it all seems to be outside. To go outside and to watch the ants. Have you ever seen where you've got a couple of, especially those big black ants, where they are removing grains of sand to make a home for themselves, and they come out with one grain. Watching them is also such an awesome meditative experience. Watching a bee on a flower, watching insects doing whatever it is that insects do, watching the birds fly in the sky. The problem with the birds, though, is they tend to arrive and go. So anything that your physical is engaged, where you are either standing or sitting or doing some kind of repetitive motion, where your mind can wander, that would be an awesome meditation experience for you. And Virgo, it looks like this is something that you need, because we have to clear our heads, clear our hearts, and suddenly look here. I didn't read this earlier, and now suddenly I'm reading it now and I'm going, of course. Engage higher reason. What does that mean? Engage higher reason means connecting within yourself, connecting here, but going even higher up, connecting to your higher self, whatever and whoever your higher self may be, whether it be a deity, whether it be a ascended master, whether it be just you on a higher vibration, whatever that may be. But you cannot engage higher reasoning if you don't put the effort in. So Virgo, I also want to, and of course, going forward. Oh, and so it's like I didn't even look at the cards earlier while I was dishing them out, because here we have Butterfly Garden. Meditation is right here by Butterfly Garden. Go and watch the butterflies in your garden. You know, I'm going to say to you, Virgo, we are the month of August. And August brings about the beginning of Virgo season. So for those of you who are celebrating birthday in August, happy birthday towards the end of August. But what we need to understand is the month of August is the ending of your cycle around the sun. Everything that you're going to do, everything that you're going to experience during the month of August is almost like putting the full stop at the end of the sentence, completing tasks, completing projects, completing situations, ending. And this is why we have all this mental activity that's going on, because suddenly we're looking at ourselves going, have I done enough? What more do I need to do? How big is my to-do list? And immediately then we get that sense of overwhelm. But here you are trying very hard to control your emotions, trying very hard to stay neutral, but yet practical, honest, truthful, and engaged. Let's bring that word in again, and engaged. But we need to understand that everything needs to be simple. We have this tendency, I say we, but I mean you, Virgo, because I'm not a Virgo. You have this tendency to overcomplicate. You have this tendency to make things more complicated than they need to be. And you've got to start understanding that, you know what, just instead of thinking about it so much, just get on and do it, because that's what comes through so clearly here. Action is going to get you further than the strategy and the thinking and the planning before the activity, before the action. This affirmation that we have over here that says, I am air. So what is air? Air is, first of all, it's a vital life force. Without air, we die, okay? Not only us, but everything around us. Air is one of the most important elements that we have that make our planet Earth. And for us human beings, it is vital life force. Air is also something fairly intangible in that we can't actually see it. We can see the wind moving through the trees. We can see the trees moving as the wind goes, but we don't see the wind. Only when there is something in it, only when something is mixed with it, only then do we see it. We see air when we have clouds, when we have trees moving, when we have dust blowing around, those kind of things. But air itself, we can't see. We can feel air when the wind blows on us, you know, that type of thing. But again, we can't actually grab it, touch it, hold it, contain it, etc. We can't. Air is something that is necessary, but it's almost an invisible. But nobody questions air. Nobody says, well, is air real? You know, is it actually a thing? Because when you breathe in and when you breathe out, you can feel the air. You know you're doing it. But there's this element of trust. What I'm getting at with this long story, Virgo, is that you need to start trusting you. Just as you trust and believe in the air, just as you know that air is always going to be there, and we all have to do our bit by planting trees and making sure that we have fresh oxygen and fresh air coming through all the time. You have, Virgo, all of these fresh ideas, all of these new concepts, especially as you get to the end of a year and the beginning of a new, there's all of this inspiration around new ideas. And that's exactly what the Ace of Swords is. The Ace of Swords is new decisions, new times, new experiences, new ideas coming through, things that you want to do. The problem is that we're so closed off to it because we are conditioned and programmed that this is how things are done. This is what I like. This is when I like it. This is how I like it. So we are too stuck in our old ways. So Virgo, we have this card that says to you going forward, and we have this pathway. And this pathway goes, and this pathway goes, and it's going towards paradise. It's moving towards a different reality, a different world. We want that for ourselves, but we're so caught up in the must-dos, the must-haves, and the have-nots, actually. We're so caught up in all of that that we actually sometimes forget to experience life for what life is. Looking at the tarot that we have here in front of us, I am going to say to you, Virgo, that nobody's going to tap you on the shoulder and offer you the answers. No, unfortunately. Would it be fabulous if life was like that? But it's not. Nobody is going to tap you on the shoulder and help you talk through these things that you need to talk through. Unfortunately, you're on your own here, but that's also a good thing. I say unfortunately because it would be great if you had support, if you had somebody there with you. But the truth of the matter is, this is something that you have to do by yourself, for yourself, with yourself. Okay, so there's the Hermit reminding us of that. There's the Hermit reminding us that it is a long, hard, difficult battle, and it isn't always a simple one. It isn't always an easy one. That there is always trials and tribulations. Because of the thinking, because we are so caught up in our headspace, we often get caught at that point of disappointment, of sadness. We get stuck there. We think, oh, well, that's it. I'm just throwing in the towel, and come up with a new strategy, come up with a new idea. During the month of August, Virgo, it's important that you push through. When you experience the challenge and the difficulties and the hardships, just take a minute, center yourself, ground yourself, do some form of meditation, go outside and watch the butterflies, realize that you need to keep moving forward. Engage in that higher reason and realize that you are air, which means that you can go everywhere. Anything is possible. You can be slow, you can be fast, you can be still, you can be loud, you can be wet, you can be dry, you can be whatever you want to be. You need to realize that you are flexible and necessary like air. And when you have experienced troubles and difficulties, it's necessary that you push through that, learn from the experience, understand the experience, understand why things went wrong, and then move on. Okay? Keep your wits about you, because that's what we've got going on here with our king and our queen. Keep your wits about you, but stay focused without being obsessed about the details. Looking across the bottom here, and it's actually quite interesting because we've got celebration and celebration. We've got success and we've got success. And in the middle, we've got conflict. That's what life is. Let's think about it. We all get excited about something. Something goes wrong. Somebody doesn't like it. Somebody has an opinion. Somebody has an ego. Somebody says something. We get all worked up in that. We get involved. We get all like hot and heated and flustered and whatever else. And then we resolve it, and then everybody's happy again. So let's just eliminate this one. Let's just remove this one by engaging in higher reason. Keep moving forward. Spend time grounding and connecting yourself with Mother Nature. Spending time in meditation and realizing that you are the life force of everybody, that you carry within you that life force. So Virgo, I am also going to say to you, with the month of August, this message that's come through so loud and clear for you here, it's almost like you need to master it in August. Okay, you need to figure it all out. You need to master it in August, because when your birthday comes, when the anniversary of your life on earth takes place, you are shifting into the next gear. You are shifting into the next vibration. You are moving forward at quite the pace. And it's time for us to complete these lessons, complete these journeys and these experiences, these lessons. Let's complete them now before your birthday comes, because otherwise you're just dragging extra luggage into the next journey around the sun, into the next cycle for you. But you've got to start realizing that we don't want to be too stuck in the mind. We want to be more proactive. We want to be, and as I say proactive, I'm hearing from spirit as well. We need to be more still. We need to be more proactively still, more proactively silent. And I think that's why this meditation came through. I just want to read the little key phrase across the bottom here, because I didn't read it earlier on for the meditation. So it says to you, meditation will transport you to a place of bliss at any desired time of the day. Meditation will transport you to a place of bliss at any desired time of the day. So when you find yourself getting too caught up in the mind, when you find yourself getting too worked up in the situation, circumstances, the goings on around you, that's when you need this activity. So as I said earlier on, meditation doesn't have to be sitting cross-legged on the floor, your fingers in the right position, your eyes closed and blank mind. Yes, that is great. But the reality is not very many people can achieve that. Not very many people can do that. It's hard. It's truly, truly hard. So coloring in is an amazing meditation as well, because it's engaging the physical and allowing the mind to go. Those of you who like to knit or crochet, again, beautiful meditation. Beautiful meditation. Those of you who like to wash dishes, I find I have my best meditations washing dishes. My best, let me not call it a meditation, let me call it a engaging higher reason, connecting with my higher self. Water is a beautiful conduit of spirit. It's a beautiful conduit of spirit. And again, washing dishes, I'm very methodical in my process of washing dishes. I'm very OCD in how I do it and what goes first, what goes second, and all of those kind of things. But it all happens automatically, which means I can drift, which means I can have my meditation. Okay. Watching the ants, going for a walk, going for a run. There are so many things. Those of you who go to the gym, if you're sitting on the bicycles at the gym, or running on the treadmills at the gym, all of that is beautiful as long as you give yourself permission to engage higher reason. Understand that your life has a bigger purpose. It might not always be obvious. It might not always be glaringly obvious, but your life has a bigger purpose. And I think August is the month where you're going to see that, where you're going to recognize that, where you're going to feel it. But it does require you to keep your wits about you and to get physical in what you're doing. And the more stressed you are, the more complicated life is, the more you need the meditation. So Virgo, I'm going to leave it there for you. I think you're going to have a fabulous month. I think you know exactly how to handle anything that comes your way during the month of August. And as always, wishing you an amazing month ahead with love and blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care.